Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the 2021 AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the NFC versus Tom Brady and the AFC.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Well, we are a week away from Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, but the very best players in the NFL have made the trip out to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Saquon Barkley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now is Brady. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. From the gun, it's Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The 13 yards that time at a first.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside, and I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness, that's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the carry. Taken down at the 41. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
Brady to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that?
Meaning a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up, probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is. Well, this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Brady. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
This is Barkley.
Sees 23 yards.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Brady. Looking now, and it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
Yeah, I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown. And he will score. Touchdown, AFC. A 14-yard touchdown. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
He's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack. And he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That's the end.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Our home team, nothing.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Aaron Jones on the kick.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
For an NFC 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
On second down, Burrow gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to...
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. D Ford. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, airing this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 35.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Brady. Caught by the tight end Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Brady. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Melvin Ingram gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. The AFC punt team out there now. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him,
loses the football.
And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Elliott on for the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
It's over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field, and they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Airing one out for Crowder. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead, and he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Back out is the AFC offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Brady now on 1st down. Evans has it left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now Brady again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away.
4-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Rashad Penny on the return. The NFC takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And Beasley with it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Burrow's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At their 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
See? 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's Burrow. The throw right sideline is complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
And you know it pains them to be this close, and you know they're going to want to go for it here, but they absolutely have to kick the field goal and get this back to a 1-score game. It's only logical.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sanders' kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Our home team, 6.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team in again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 20.
The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Fletcher Cox drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this 2nd half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
They'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10.
The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Joey Bosa.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He sets up the screen to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Jones. It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
6.
The numbers for the NFC on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons, a one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
49-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw here is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Brings up 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Brady. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Brady now on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Now it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And a play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
17. Our home team, 6.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here now the NFC to take over on offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a score. Throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 9 yards, not quite. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock, look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, Nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.